Hello, everyone. This is Tommy Zarka, one of the sports information directors here at Clarkson University, and I'm joined by the Golden Knights head women's soccer coach, Zach Shaw. This interview will serve as a quick catch-up for parents, alumni, and prospective student athletes as a kind of state of the program. So first off, Coach Shaw, you're in your second year here at Clarkson, and obviously the current situation across the country kept the team from being able to play its season, but you were still able to practice regularly for the eventual restart down the road. How did things go in the abbreviated fall practice schedule, and what were some of the challenges that you faced?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on and being the trailblazer here. I also thank you for referring to me as a trailblazer and not a guinea pig.
Yes.
But yeah, I've seen this fall described as sort of leadership in a vacuum. So you miss the highs and the lows of the games. You miss the feedback from the games, be it good or bad, and sort of the shared hardship that the team sort of goes through the course of the year with the ups and the downs and having gone through preseason together and all of that. But in a lot of ways, I think there's a lot that we can take from it as well. We were able to, just because of the mechanics of how it worked, we started with small group stuff for a while, which actually gave us a good opportunity to work with players in smaller groups, obviously, but got to know some of the individuals a little bit better and in a different way. We were able to sort of identify maybe some things that we could work on a little bit earlier than we might have had we gone straight into the full-sided stuff right away. But, you sort of miss the experiences that sort of forge a team. But at the same time, I think that, look, you can either, the situation is what it is. And so rather than complain about, I wish it was like this or I wish it was like this, I think making the best out of what we were able to do and getting the most out of what we're able to do.
Well, obviously, you lost some key players from last year's team, and that the change of a dynamic, you're looking for new leaders and things like that. But I know that you and your assistant Irely were very pleased with the newcomers that replaced the departing seniors. You don't need to divulge too much about their quality, but how pleased are you with the first-year athletes and the transfers that came here this fall?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think that they add real quality, but also real depth. I think one of the things that we sort of ran out of gas a little bit at the end of last fall, but I think that being able to add a number of players that are sort of able to come in, contribute right away. And I think as frustrating as it is for a number of them not to be able to get on the field this fall and play intercollegiately right away, I think that in a lot of ways, having a fall to adjust to college, having a fall to get used to expectations of playing at the collegiate level, and having a fall to work with, we've been very fortunate to be able to work with our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Dugan, over in the new weight room at Yannicus, which has been a huge addition to the program. So I think that, as frustrating it is for them not to be able to step on the field right away, I think that there's going to be a lot of great contributions from those people. And the other thing is the return of Dana Agriati, Dana, who's not able to play last fall when I was here, but it's almost like getting a new player as well.
Keeping things fresh and fun are big parts of any season to make sure that your team remains a cohesive unit and that you're able to grow. I noticed on Twitter specifically that the team has done some fun things like wearing retro uniforms for inter-squad scrimmages and things like that. But the biggest one I noticed came just the other day when it appeared that the team practiced in Halloween costumes or something like that. Can you tell everyone a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that's actually, well, for an annual tradition, and 2 years in a row now that I've been here. But this has been, so we had them split up into groups and come as groups of different costumes, which they coordinated with each other. So we had Willy Wonka and the Oompa Loompas. We had the Smurfs. We had the Ghosts, which were awesome. We had the terrifying in its own right was the Frat Bros, which was a little too comfortable. And so the deal is they can wear whatever they want. They just have to be able to practice in whatever they bring. So the Ghosts definitely won the, I think won the award for costume, but they probably had the worst thing to play in. So several of them were forced to tear out the eye holes and make a hole so they could stick their whole head out so they could actually see the ball by the end of it. But the penny was enjoyable too, getting that over their head. So, but yeah, we also this summer, in order to try to keep things moving, this summer I was cleaning out our equipment room and found some old jerseys. So we had a retro green versus old gold scrimmage. We're going to actually finish the semester on Saturday, where we'll have another one of those games. The other thing that we've done, Saturday is typically competition day for us. I have 11 apple trees on my property in my house, and I press cider with my kids and my neighbor, and so we bring a jug of cider each Saturday, and the winner gets some Shaw's Splendid cider.
Oh, don't be afraid to leave some of that in my office.
I won't. I actually, in a funny story, I was about to bring it for the Halloween one, and I opened it up, and it was a little bit fizzy. So rather than, risk doing anything that should not be done, we left that.
Yeah. Well, I urge everyone to check out everything that the team does on Twitter and Instagram. I was prompted with that question by seeing the video on Halloween itself, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty cool idea," even if it was cold that day and it looked like the turf had a little bit of frost on it.
That was that was actually, and no, you know what? It was amazing. It was pretty cold. I think it was about 20. That was our first really cold day of the year. It's supposed to be 60 later this week, so go figure. But it was fun. No one said anything about the weather, and I think the Ghosts actually had the advantage because I think that was the warmest costume as well.
Well, the last thing I'd like to talk to you about, Coach, is the annual Let's See You Give Day that Clarkson had last week. It was the 5th time that Clarkson Athletics has done a giving day, and obviously your 2nd time through. I just wanted to ask you about how you were able to connect with the team supporters, family, alums, anything like that, even friends, and how pleased you were with the outcome of the day, and how you were able to truly connect with anyone via, if it was social media or anything else. Obviously, we're a little bit more restricted in our reach out, so I just wanted to see how you did that.
Yeah, I think that is a really important thing for us to do, and I think that Clarkson's treats us really well, but I think this is an opportunity for us to do things, to raise funds, to do things sort of in addition to. So last year, we used some of our money from the gifts to get some mini goals for training. We got heart rate monitors and the subscription to that, which is actually going to help us longer term as far as being able to keep track of the physical health and well-being of the players, not making sure they don't burn out. So that's really been useful. But also doing things like framing jerseys for the seniors, that all that stuff comes out of that Let's See You Give money. So I really like to think that, this is stuff that we use to give back to help enhance the student athlete experience while they're here at Clarkson. So it is really important. I think that, obviously my video and offering the heirloom quality oatmeal heather hat that I'm still currently knitting. Now I have a deadline, so I have to get it out. Drawing of that will be coming up soon.
Once again, that is on Twitter for people to look at. I saw that one as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, so I had to out myself as a knitter, but I'm happy to do it for such a good cause.
Well, anything else you want to add, or are we all set with catching up everybody in regards to the program?
No, I think we are pretty good. I would definitely, we try to stay busy with social media, try to give people a little glimpse inside the program and what we're doing and what we're trying to build and where we're trying to go. So, but thanks for having me.
No, okay. Well, thank you for joining me today, Coach Shaw. It was a pleasure as always, and hopefully we can get back to normal and have your athletes back on the pitch soon.
Yes, and hopefully we'll be able to get you back on the badminton court soon.
Yeah, or racquetball, whatever one.
Oh, I'm way worse at that.
All right. Thanks again, Coach.
All right. Bye.